Today I'm doing what nobody else has dared to do. Well, maybe they have, but not like this. I'm throwing down the gauntlet with the three most anticipated Japanese SUVs of 2026. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, the completely redesigned Mazda CX-5, and the Subaru Forester with real all-wheel drive. Three different styles, three different philosophies, three very different price tags, but only one combines power, efficiency, and real value. Stick around until the end because the results will shock you, and the winner isn't who you think. This is Motor Reich. Let's get into it. The design battle, beauty versus brawn. Let's start with this absolute stunner. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 is the most evolved of the trio. Mazda has spent years perfecting their Kodo philosophy, soul of motion, and here they've elevated it to near premium levels. The body grew in every direction. We're talking 184 inches long, 73 inches wide, and 66 inches tall. And you feel that presence. It's got more athletic proportions, sculpted shoulders, and a deep grille that gives it character without being over the top. Now the Mazda name is embossed right on the tailgate, a detail that screams brand pride. The headlights are slimmer with a sharper LED signature, and the overall package achieves something difficult, being elegant without looking pretentious. This is the SUV you park and actually want to look back at. It's that good. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 takes the opposite approach. It didn't change dimensions, but it absolutely changed attitude. Toyota understood that people want an SUV with identity, so they completely redesigned the front end. New squared-off grille, RAV4 lettering on the back, linear LED headlights, and a flatter hood that gives it an almost truck-like stance. It's aggressive, yes, but without losing the functionality that made it famous. Plus, improved aerodynamics with cleaner lines and better integrated plastic cladding. Might seem minor, but it helps with fuel economy and highway noise. Bottom line, the RAV4 isn't trying to look modern, it's trying to look confident, and it nails it. And then there's the 2026 Subaru Forester, which doesn't compete on beauty, it competes on honesty. The design is boxy, almost military. Straight lines, robust surfaces, and a look that screams durability. No unnecessary ornaments or fancy trim, and that's part of its charm. Honestly, I think it took a huge visual step forward. It looks fantastic, more imposing, with 8.7 inches of ground clearance and a ridiculous 9.2 inches on the wilderness version. This is the most prepared for what most people wouldn't even dare. Mud, rain, snow, or broken roads. This isn't a design for showrooms, it's a design built to survive. So here's the breakdown. Mazda makes you fall in love with design, Toyota convinces you with balance, and Subaru conquers you with toughness. There's no absolute winner here. It all depends on what you're looking for: style, technology, or real-world capability. Inside the cabin, three different worlds. The interior is where you really see each brand's philosophy shine through. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 now looks like it came straight out of a luxury catalogue. The materials are soft, the finishes are impeccable, and the ambient lighting creates this sense of total calm. The panoramic sunroof opens up the space, and the new 15.6-inch screen with integrated Google system is a massive technological leap. No more old-school knobs or dials. Everything's controlled by voice or through a modern interface with real-time maps. Mazda bet on visual cleanliness and absolute comfort, but in that process, it lost some of the warmth that used to make it special. It's beautiful, yes, but more rational than emotional. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 didn't fall behind. It fixed exactly where it was weakest. Now all versions come with dual screens, a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and a 10.5-inch multimedia display with wireless CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. JBL sound system, plus over-the-air updates. Toyota kept physical buttons, a very smart decision because it gives you real ergonomics without complications. The interface is clear, fast, and designed for everyday use. It's not chasing luxury, it's chasing functionality, and that's where it wins points. And the 2026 Subaru Forester stays true to its path. 11.6-inch vertical screen, simple, no unnecessary animations, with large controls you can use even with gloves on. Higher trims add a 12.3-inch digital panel and a spectacular Harman Kardon audio system. It doesn't dazzle with design, but it does with practicality. This is the SUV built to last, not to show off. Quick verdict: Mazda dazzles with luxury, Toyota with balance, and Subaru with practicality. Three different visions of the same concept. Real comfort, just interpreted their own way. The heart of the matter: power and performance. This is where the philosophies really diverge. We're not talking about design or screens anymore. We're talking about the heart of each SUV, its engine and character. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 made a controversial decision. They killed off the beloved 2.5-litre turbo with 256 horsepower, the one that made many people choose it for pure driving pleasure. In its place, they adopted a 2.5-litre Skyactiv G block with 141 horsepower and a 24-volt mild hybrid system. You messed up, Mazda. It sounds good on paper, uses less fuel, emits less CO2, but in practice, it lost its teeth. The 0 to 60 went from 8.1 seconds to 10.9 seconds. It doesn't push anymore, it just moves. Mazda still uses their traditional 6-speed automatic because they prioritize reliability and mechanical feel. It's not as efficient as a modern CVT, but the response is more direct and long-lasting. Plus, it uses a metal timing chain, not a belt, which reduces maintenance costs. This is an engine that seeks efficiency, not emotion. Mazda prioritized refinement and silence over adrenaline. A logical move for the European market where emissions matter more than sensations. But in America, where people still value response and power, it feels like a CX-5 with a tamed soul. Toyota, on the other hand, did exactly the opposite. The 2026 RAV4 eliminated pure gasoline engines and went 100% hybrid. The system combines a 2.5-litre block with electric assistance to deliver 226 horsepower in front-wheel drive and 236 horsepower with electronic all-wheel drive. And if that sounds like a lot, wait for it. The RAV4 in its plug-in hybrid version, the Prime, bumps the power up to 302 horsepower and accelerates from 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds. The best part? It can cover up to 42 miles in 100% electric mode, enough for daily commutes without burning a drop of gas. All these engines are paired with an eCVT transmission. Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive system combines thermal engine, generator, and electric traction in a frictionless assembly. It's extremely durable. There are cases with over 250,000 miles without failures. Toyota didn't just modernize its most famous SUV, it literally redefined what efficiency and performance mean in this category. Toyota proves you can be eco-friendly without being boring. Plus, the hybrid system doesn't require plugs to function. It recovers energy every time you brake or decelerate, making it practical and reliable. And then there's Subaru, staying faithful to its winning formula. The 2026 Forester keeps its 2.5-litre Boxer engine with 182 horsepower and the legendary permanent symmetrical all-wheel drive, a system that distributes torque in real time between all four wheels. It's the best performer in rain, mud, or mountains. Now it adds a mild hybrid version that raises combined power to 194 horsepower, improving smoothness and consumption without losing its mechanical identity. 0 to 60 in 8.3 seconds might not impress on paper, but the feeling of control and grip remains unbeatable. Bottom line. Being honest, Toyota wins this round on power and innovation. Subaru maintains its reign in traction and stability, and Mazda falls behind, too cautious for an audience that still enjoys feeling the engine. Maybe with a full hybrid version, it would have met expectations better. Three different paths to the future, and three very different ways of understanding the word evolution. The wallet test, real-world fuel economy. Here comes the part that either hurts or pleases depending on how you use your SUV, real consumption. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 with its mild hybrid system promises between 31 to 33 mpg combined, barely 5% more efficient than the previous model. In practice, that savings doesn't compensate for the power loss or the sacrifice of the turbo engine. It uses less fuel, yes, but the change is felt more in character than in your wallet. Mazda went for the numbers and lost some soul. The 2026 Subaru Forester maintains its philosophy of consistency. With permanent all-wheel drive that always penalizes consumption a bit, it achieves between 26 to 29 miles per gallon. The mild hybrid version slightly improves to around 30 miles per gallon. It doesn't save as much, but it offers a more refined, quiet, and stable ride. Subaru isn't chasing records. It's chasing coherence, real performance without tricks. And then there's the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid that's literally playing in another league. The conventional version reaches up to 40 miles per gallon combined, while the Prime plug-in raises the bar with 94 miles per gallon equivalent and the ability to cover up to 42 miles on electricity alone. In daily urban commutes, that means driving without using gas for days. If we do the math, in 1 year, the savings can exceed $1,500 compared to a traditional SUV, depending on your location and usage. Toyota dominates in efficiency, Subaru ties for consistency, and Mazda falls behind, proving that efficiency isn't achieved just by turning off cylinders, but by rethinking the entire mechanics. RIP Mazda. Safety and peace of mind. In safety, all three deliver, but not at the same level. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 delivers the hardest punch. It includes Toyota Safety Sense 3.0 from the base version, autonomous braking, lane keeping, adaptive cruise control, and even a proactive assistant that anticipates maneuvers. No need to pay for extra packages, everything comes from the factory. It's the standard the others should follow. The 2026 Subaru Forester maintains its spotless reputation. Its eyesight system now uses stereo 3D cameras with much more precise pedestrian and cyclist detection. Result: 5-star NHTSA and Top Safety Pick Plus from IIHS. It doesn't show off with futuristic screens or sensors, but its reliability is proven. The Mazda CX-5, however, falls short. It has good equipment, but advanced assists remain reserved for higher trims, a strategy that in 2026 already feels outdated compared to more generous rivals. And if we talk about backing, the numbers are clear. Mazda covers 3 years or 36,000 miles. Subaru and Toyota 5 years or 60,000 miles. And Toyota also offers 10 years or 150,000 miles on the hybrid battery. Space and practicality. In space and practicality, there's no discussion. Subaru takes the title. The 2026 Forester offers 35.4 cubic feet with seats in normal position, and when you fold them down, volume grows to 76.1 cubic feet. It's practically a mini cargo van, perfect for trips, camping, or even light workloads. The floor stays flat, the cargo opening is wide and low, and its accessibility is the best in the segment. The Toyota RAV4 follows with 37.6 cubic feet, with seats up and about 69.8 cubic feet folded. It's practical, comfortable, and more designed for daily urban life, with an ideal balance between space and design. The Mazda CX-5 closes the group with 30.9 cubic feet standard and 60.8 cubic feet with seats folded. It wins in finishes and style but loses in real capacity. In this round, Forester dominates for functionality, RAV4 maintains balance, and Mazda bets on elegance over space. Which would you choose for this function? The price tag reality. In pricing, competition is defined by strategy, not just by the sticker. In the United States, the 2026 Toyota RAV4 starts at $32,500 for the base hybrid version and reaches $48,000 for the Prime, the most powerful and equipped. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 starts at $30,000 in the US for base trim and scales up to $42,000 in top versions, mainly due to its premium equipment and integrated Google technology. It's the most expensive within the non-hybrid engine segment. For its part, the 2026 Subaru Forester is the most balanced, from $29,500 in base versions to $38,000 for the hybrid or wilderness. It offers real all-wheel drive and excellent durability at a lower cost. At the end of the day, Subaru wins in total value. Mazda charges premium for refinement, and Toyota leads in technology, but at a price. That said, its hybrid maintenance remains the cheapest in the long run. The final verdict. The 2026 Mazda CX-5 is the most refined, yes, but it lost that spark that made it special. The 2026 Subaru Forester is the most authentic, built to last and resist real-world use. And the 2026 Toyota RAV4 is the most modern, powerful and efficient, a step forward in hybrid technology. Each one reflects a different Japanese philosophy. Mazda seeks art, Subaru seeks toughness, and Toyota seeks the future. But in a market full of empty promises, only one keeps manufacturing common sense. Which one would you choose? Hybrid power, all-wheel drive traction, or premium design? Drop it in the comments, subscribe and hit that bell, because in the next video, we're pitting the RAV4 Hybrid against its Chinese rival that promises to beat it at half the price. This is Motor Reigi, where we don't sell you smoke, we tell you the truth about cars.